everyone, and welcome to Sunny Isles. I'm sitting here in the office of Decorus, which is a real estate company here in Sunny Isles Beach. My name is Scott Fortney, and I am a real estate agent. I've been in the business here, I'm old now, about 20 years. And today I wanted to review some things that might be helpful to you about preparing your home for market. It's really not that difficult. And the thing that most people need to understand is if you prepare your home correctly, you're really going to get more money for your home. And that's the most important thing, because when you put your home on the market, what is your plan? Your plan is to maximize the amount of money that you can get for your property. Simple as that. Obviously, market conditions will dictate whether or not you're going to get this price, or perhaps this price, depending on the market. But overall, it's a real, it's not really rocket science, if you will. It's what the market's willing to pay for your property. It's the same thing. I kind of use the analogy of if you buy a stock today, what's it going to be worth in 10 years? It can be up, it can be down, you never know. But one thing that we can't control that. But one thing that we really can control is what our home looks like when we show it to people. And that is really the most important thing that you can do, is prepare your home for the market when you're going to sell. And again, it's not that difficult. Again, I've been in the market now for 20 years, so I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. I just feel like that if everyone would just take a moment to sit back and sometimes bring in a friend and say, hey, what do you think of my home? Because oftentimes we don't see what's in front of us because we see it every day. So today, again, I'm going to share with you a couple of tips, actually 4 tips, on how you can really present your home in the best light possible and get the most return for your money. The first thing that seems so incredibly obvious to most people, when you walk in, if I'm walking in with buyers, the first comment some people might say or often say is, they had fried chicken for dinner last night. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we're already starting at a basis of not good. So, but what we should do is, when you're ready to sell your home, eliminate the odors. Eliminate anything that you have that might be not offensive, because many times smells aren't offensive, but they're just there. So make your home as fresh and clean as it can possibly be. When you walk in, don't overpower people with the Glade, or the Glade, as they say, spray, or the Freshen Up, or whatever the heck that is for Breeze. Don't go crazy with that spraying all over, because people are going to walk in and they're going to say, oh my gosh, I want to leave. So when you're preparing your home for sale, just make sure that things empty your trash can. It's as simple as that. No one's going to look in your trash can, but sometimes it does give off a little bit of a smell, perhaps last night's dinner that you threw in there that you haven't thrown into the trash chute yet. But those are important things, or that's an important thing to consider. Again, for those of you that are just joining me, my name is Scott Fortney. I'm a real estate agent here in Sunny Isles Beach with Decorus Realty. We're located right here in Town Center beside the brand new Wings, the surf shop that just opened, and the same shopping center as Einstein's, Bagels, and Marshall's. So if you're in the area, come in and say hello. I'm always here, it seems. So today we're just reviewing a couple of simple tips to prepare your home for market. We just talked about the smells, getting rid of all of the potential odors that are in your house. Get your bathrooms clean, make them smell like Clorox. People are going to like that. Take your trash, throw it down the dumpster. Just make it really, 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 really smell nice in the house without going overboard with Febreze and things of that nature. The other thing that I want to talk about is clutter. Now, you're all guilty of this. Trust me, every single one of you are guilty of this. The best thing that I ever did to eliminate clutter in my life is when I was in Atlanta and I moved out of a house and I moved into a loft. Well, the loft was open. You could see everything. So I couldn't take everything that I had in the house, tucked into every cabinet, tucked into every closet. I couldn't bring that. So what did I have to do? I had to eliminate. That's what I'm asking you to do. When you look at your home, Eliminate all of these things that you really don't need. The best thing that you can do is open up every closet. Take your closet, take half of your clothes out. I don't care if you put them in a box. Put them in a box. Pack them away somewhere. You want people that come into your home and then they open a closet, particularly here in Sunny Isles when you have limited closet space. You don't want people to say, oh my gosh, there's no closet space here. Look at this, it's already full. I can't put anything else in here. What you need to do is you need to take about half of those things out, put them in a drawer, put them in a box, store them away somewhere. You want people to walk in and open a closet and say, wow, this looks like the Gap. Everything is folded, everything is hung, everything is so beautifully arranged. That's what you're looking for. When it comes to clutter about your house on tables, say, get rid of all the knickknacks that you have. If you have a yard girl statue, if you have whatever, if you have knickknacks from Key West, if you have knickknacks from New York on your most recent trip, take all that away. Put it in a box. What people want to see when they walk into a home is they want to see a clean environment. They really want to imagine themselves living in this particular spot. So you don't want to clutter it with a bunch of knickknacks from wherever. The other thing that you really want to strive for is eliminate all personal belongings. People, I can't tell you how many times I walk into homes with buyers and people are staring at their pictures on the table. They're like, oh, who is this? Oh, I might know them. They're never going to know these people. But it's the general reaction of 90% of the buyers when they walk in. If you have personal photographs, they're going to stare at the photograph and wonder, do I know these people? So really make it super simple. Take all of those things, put them away. You don't have that much really in personal belongings. Put them away so that they can actually envision themselves living there versus you living there. Again, that's what they're going to do if they walk in the front door. I've done this many, many, many years. As I said, I've been in this business for 20 years, and that's just the habit that most buyers adapt to, if you will. They walk in, and if there's a picture of the family, they're staring at the family for the first 5 minutes, wondering, do I know these people? Of course they don't know these people. So, 2 things already. We've talked about eliminating the odors as best that we can and removing the clutter. And removing the clutter, the other thing that you can think about is if you have a bedroom, if you have a bed in there and a bedspread and 16,000 pillows, take some of these pillows away. Put them away. People don't need to see over the top everything in every room that they go to. Make it clean and crisp and let them imagine themselves living there versus you living there. The other thing that I think is super important in a lot of people that I work with, fortunately because I've been in this business long enough, people trust what I have to say and they know that I'm not going to misguide them into something. But if you have an apartment or a home that you're going to sell, do me this one favor. Literally spend the limited amount of money it's going to take to paint the house. If your home has not been painted in 5 years and you're going to put it on the market, it's going to absolutely return you so much money if you spend the limited amount of money that you're going to spend to have everything painted. Paint it a current color. Paint it a color that's today's popular color is kind of an off-white kind of gray color. I think they call it Site White at Sherwin-Williams. I'm not sure what they call it there at Home Depot with their Bear brand. But literally, if you paint everything, and I'm not talking about slapping a coat of paint, bring in a painter, have them do it nicely so that everything looks crisp and clean. If you spend, well, in a decent-sized condominium, you're going to probably spend, maybe $1,500 or $2,000 to paint that apartment, to have somebody paint it for you. I can guarantee you that if you make that investment of $1,500 to $2,000, you're going to get $5,000 to $8,000 more for that apartment. Happens. It's every time that happens. I recently had a listing here in Sunny Isles, and I literally just said, oh my gosh, this needs paint. It was one wall was painted yellow, one wall was painted green, not green, it was yellow and red, and what other color it was painted. And I looked at the buyers or the sellers, excuse me, and I said, you know what, we need to paint this. And they said, we agree. What color do you want? I gave them a couple of color choices that I had been in some model homes, and I said, this is a decent color. If a professional has chosen this color, hey, we may as well paint this color as well. They painted the house, and it literally looked amazingly different. It was night and day. And because they did that prior to me listing it, I had it at one price, and I looked and I was like, you know what? I'm going to increase this price. And I increased the price, and we got it sold within, I think it was under contract in, I think it was 3 weeks. We had a couple of different offers. You know, here in Sunny Isles, everyone's going to their first offer is going to be a bad offer in Sunny Isles. That's just the name of the game here. If you have something on the market for $400,000, there is always going to be that person and that agent that comes in and says, I'm going to offer $300,000. And I'm like, did you actually do a competitive market analysis? And they're like, no, that's, why bother with science? Anyway, so if you paint, you're truly going to get so much more value on your home if you just spend that limited amount of money and get it painted, and it's going to present itself so much better to the buyers that are coming in. So if you're just joining me again, my name is Scott Fortney. I'm a real estate agent here in Sunny Isles. I work with Decorus Realty, located right here in Town Center in Sunny Isles. I've got Marshall's right here, and I've got Einstein's Bagels right here, and I have Subway. So my bases are covered if I ever need anything throughout the day. But just so you know where I am, that's where we are located right here in Sunny Isles. We're talking about things that, super easy tips to make your house, prepare your house for sale if you're going to put it on the market. So we've covered already the smells, and that's talking about things of, getting your trash cans clean, making your bathroom smell nice, not overpowering your buyer with super smells from Glade or Febreze or whatever. Don't be spraying Lysol all over the place before a buyer comes in. Also the clutter, and now we just talked about paint. So those three things right there, if you do those three things, you're really on the right track to getting your home positioned as best as it can. The other thing, and I've mentioned this just a little bit about personal belongings, it's so important that you take your personal belongings and pack them away. Again, people don't want to walk into your home. They don't want to walk in and see your pictures everywhere. Not that they oppose it, they spend time looking at those things as opposed to looking at your house. So it's really important to just eliminate that distraction as best you can. So that's really my super easy tips for preparing your home for market. It's super easy, and when you go to put your home on the market, sometimes you think that's just too much. I can't think of all of this. Hire a real estate professional that knows what they're doing, and you're going to be absolutely fine. So let's review one more time those things that you need to do. You need to eliminate the smells. You need to get rid of the clutter, and that's even in your closets. I want you to open up your closets. I want you to take all that stuff that you have in your closet and make it look like it's the Gap or Abercrombie & Fish or Macy's. You want people to open up that closet and say, wow, this closet is only 3 feet wide, but it's super big because there's nothing in it. When I had a home in Decatur, Georgia, I sold my home, and it was a small home. It was, I think it was built in like 1956 or something like that. It had tiny closets. When I put that home on the market, I took everything out of the closet and put it in the attic. They had no idea when they came in this home. All they thought was, wow, there's a lot of space in this closet. And I'm like, no, there's really not, but it's all up in the attic. If you go to the attic, I'll show you where everything that was in that closet is now, it's in the attic. So if you get rid of the clutter, and then the other thing I was talking about was paint. You just spend that $1,500 or $2,000 for paint, and you're literally going to make so much more money if you do that. If you need any advice on paint colors, go to your Sherwin-Williams, go to Home Depot. They will tell you the popular paint colors of today, but always stay neutral with paint. Do not paint this thing really a wild color, because you're just doing yourself a disservice. And then your personal belongings. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's brief, but I think that if you spend the time to do these things, you're really going to maximize your investment in real estate. If you liked what you saw here, please Share this with other people. Please send your comments. If you want a copy of my guide, I actually have a 10-step guide to preparing your home for market. Simply say, hey Scott, send that to me. I will get that to you somehow. So I hope you enjoyed this video from our fabulous studios right here at Decorus in Sunny Isles. I wish you the best, and if you're ready to sell your home, always know that those things, preparing your home for market, are so important. Again, the last time, get rid of the smells, get rid of the clutter, get rid of the personal belongings, and paint. Oh, and one other tip. If you have a really good forward-thinking agent, they will eliminate some of your furniture for you. Position your furniture correctly. If you walk into a home and things just, people say that word feng shui. That's real. People really feel when they walk in, oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can do it. This is in my way. This is in my way. You don't want that. Eliminate as much furniture as you can. Rearrange it. Make it, you've been in your home for 15 or 20 years or your condominium for 10 years. It's time to re-up it. Move that picture. Move it from this wall to this wall. Create some new energy with this. It's going to pay you dividends in the end. Anyway, again, I hope you like this video. I'll let you know when the next tips that Scott will offer to you. Have a fantastic Saturday. It's beautiful here in Sunny Isles Beach. Get out on the water. It's a beautiful sunny day. I think it's going to rain earlier or later today, so you better get out there now. But thanks for watching. Again, if you like this, share it with anybody you know, and I'll see you next time.